Do you remember when 4-year-old Michael Dunahee went missing from Victoria, BC, changing both the lives of his family and the trajectory of our millennial childhoods forever? I do. It was 1991. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 premiered in theaters, REM's Losing My Religion topped the charts. Home Improvement appeared on our TV screens, and on March 24th, Michael and his family had gone to Blanchard Elementary School in Victoria for his mother's flag football practice. Michael was born on May 12, 1986 in Victoria to parents Crystal and Bruce Dunahee. He had a younger sister named Caitlin, who was 6 months old at the time. And it was around 12:30 p.m. that Sunday when Michael, dressed in a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles t-shirt, a blue hooded jacket, rugby pants, and blue sneakers, asked if he could go play on the playground near the field where Crystal's practice was taking place. Crystal tied his hood up and told him he could go to the park and wait there, but that he was to wait for his father to come get him. He wasn't to leave with anybody. She had a gut feeling that maybe she shouldn't let him go, but she shook it off, as we tend to do. When she looked back to check on Michael in the park a moment later, he was gone. Everyone around the park began looking for Michael. His parents notified police immediately. Because of how quickly he disappeared, police assumed that this was an abduction case. What ensued was the largest police investigation in Victoria's history and one of the largest in Canada's. Over 200 people searched for Michael, including civilians, police, and the Coast Guard. His little face was plastered on missing signs all over the province. His disappearance eventually spread internationally when his case was featured on America's Most Wanted a handful of times. Hundreds of tips poured in, those that described the abductor as a white male in his 40s to 50s, possibly driving a brown van. They had the community walk through everything that they had done and even included the brown van. Now, 2 years prior, an attempted abduction had been reported in that same area where Michael had disappeared. A woman named Bev Morrison had witnessed a man attempting to lure a 3-year-old boy with a McDonald's toy into his vehicle before Bev intervened. After Michael went missing, similar witness accounts were given, including that of one woman who said that she witnessed a young boy running away from who she originally thought was another child before they tackled the boy to the ground. She realized it was a young woman when she grabbed the little boy by the arm and hauled him over to a man waiting by a two-toned beige van. Then there was a witness statement from a 10-year-old girl who said she saw Michael getting into a brown van parked by a nearby alley. These witness statements would be among the 10,000 plus tips that the police have received since Michael disappeared from the playground that spring day. As the years went on, the Dunahees continued living. They had to. But they retained hope that they would see Michael again. When they moved, they kept a room for Michael so he would have somewhere to sleep when he came home. Over the decades, there have been reports of young men resembling Michael all over North America, from Surrey, BC to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but DNA testing has revealed that none of them were Michael. In 2002, Crystal advocated for the implementation of an Amber Alert system in Canada after a 10-year-old girl from California was found in Nevada, 500 miles from her home, 5 hours after her abduction, due to an Amber Alert. Crystal believed that if the system had been in place 11 years prior, they would have found Michael. BC adopted the Amber Alert program in 2004. The Dunahees also launched fundraising initiatives like the annual Keep the Hope Alive run and the Tournament of Hope, with both supporting the work of Child Find BC. Michael's disappearance shook the community of Victoria, and its ripples were felt well onto the mainland. I still remember the shift that took place in my own community. We were no longer allowed to ride our bikes alone. The playground monitors increased during recess and lunch at my elementary school. The protective blanket that our parents and neighbors wrapped around us in the wake of Michael's disappearance felt safe, but it also felt heavy with fear. We didn't go more than 2 weeks without a flyer printed on hot pink paper stuffed into our backpacks warning our parents of a suspicious white van, navy van, black sedan that was spotted in the neighborhood around our school. This is what happens when we can't see you, our parents said. You can never leave our sight. It's been 35 years and I still think of Michael. He stayed with me all these years, reminding me to trust every gut feeling I have and to remove myself quickly from any uncomfortable situation. It's Michael's birthday next week. He'll be 40 years old. Another milestone birthday that he should be sharing with his family and friends. Michael Dunahee's disappearance is still an ongoing case. If you or anyone you know knows anything about what happened that day or where Michael might be now, please contact the Victoria PD or the Greater Victoria Crime Stoppers tip line anonymously. Out of all the false tips and conspiracy theories, there is one thing that we all know for certain. Someone out there knows something, and they have the ability to bring the Dunahee family some semblance of closure. They deserve that much. Thank you so much for watching. If you could save this one and share it to help remind people about Michael, that would be amazing. Good day, and may the cult be with you.